Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obidient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope, and a new Nigeria is certainly possible. Now, good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending your time zone. Today, we've come again to have a discussion on many things that are happening in Nigeria, especially as we heard today, judging from what is coming out from the mainstream media, anyway, you'll get to hear about that from the horse's mouth, that Chief Bola Tinubu's government has allocated a staggering 6 billion naira to mitigate the nationwide hunger protest. That is what we'll be discussing today. And of course, we are going to bring you what happened to Wike when he was doing minister in Abuja. Residents were disrupted his speech, chanting "Hunger Day, oh Hunger Day." Of course, we are going to bring you that and many other things about the Tinubu-led government who pays poor hungry citizens to pull out from the planned end governance protest starting from 1st of August. I'm not the only one to have that discussion here. I have Lady Okike and, of course, Mercy in the studio.
Good evening, Obidient Worldwide. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Yes, we also have our own stakeholders, the Obidient, the well-meaning Nigerians on Zoom who are joining us virtually to have a discussion on this. But before we get started, I want you clearly for us to hear what was said on the mainstream media that Chief Bola Tinubu has allocated 6 billion naira to stop the nationwide protest. Is not just coming from Obidient Family TV, but this is coming from the mainstream media. Arise precisely. Let's take a listen to that as we start. Make the no talk say, now we the frame am. Make the no talk say, now we the bring anarchy. Abi. Let's take a listen.
I think I should even say that I'm surprised that this one has said that 6 billion is being budgeted to manage the protests. It shows that the government, this country has money, really. Is this... Are some people seeing this as an Owambe? What are they budgeting 6 billion for? But regarding your question, the Constitution is very clear. Section 39, that Nigerians have the right to freedom of expression. Section 40 guarantees the constitutional right to association and peaceful assembly. This right is not absolute because under Section 45, there are derogations to this right. For example, for the protection of public order, peace and safety and so on. The right to assemble may be curtailed where there is violence or riot. My concern is that the government is the one that is fueling the perception that this protest is going to be violent. I'm very active on social media. I haven't seen any indication that any person or group of persons are planning to unleash anarchy in the country. And let us even ask the question, how come that it is only when people are protesting against government or people want to carry out rallies against government that people will suddenly create this imaginary intelligence report that hoodlums, miscreants are going to unleash violence. We saw Asari Dokubo leading protests in support of Tinubu during the tribunal. Asari Dokubo, the SSS did not gather any intelligence that...
Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a minute so that we get that very clearly. 6 billion budgeted to mitigate the upcoming protest, and they say that there is no money. I need you to take a look again at what is happening in different places. Many people are being mobilized to protest and to say no protest. Let's take a look even at the pictures and videos of people. I just don't know what this government is playing at right now. Look at people brandishing different states of the federation, coming out to say, oh, say no to protest, Bayelsa State. Say no to protest, Abia State. Say no to... we just don't get it in the same city capital, Abuja. And they are actually protesting. Why they are saying, say no to protest, if this is not a protest, tell me what it is. Now, let's come back very quickly to the studio while we, have a very a little discussion on this before we bring other things and also go to our people on Zoom. Lady, okay, you have seen it. Mostly women. I don't know why is it women that is it the 6 billion that there is being shared to women alone? Because I don't see men brandishing coming out to do that. And moreover, looking at the 6 billion thing, what are your thoughts? The threats coming out from this government is not just a threat that needs to be taken lightly by the ordinary Nigerians who wish to do a protest peacefully. Peacefully. What are your thoughts on hearing about the 6 billion? How did it take BU?
6 billion is a lot of money. Because we are not talking about 6 million. We are not talking about 100 million. We are talking about hundreds of millions that are going to mount up to form a billion even then.
And they are saying Nigeria don't have money.
So we have a lot of money. Our government just refused to listen to what our cries are. And instead of using this 6 billion to do something that might be profitable to Nigerians, it's better to use it to try to come against the protests that people are saying they are hungry. Instead of giving them food, instead of giving them some form of security, it's better to look for 6 billion.
Earlier on, you were explaining to me that you saw a trending video where they are, is it throwing 2 cups of rice put in sachets, nylons? How?
It's very humiliating, the type of hunger in the country what it have reduced Nigerians to. Nigerians were running and battling and fighting, stopping their cars and coming down just to fight
to get 2 cups of rice.
It's just very degrading. It goes to show you how much hunger is in the country.
You also said you witnessed some other sinister thing about the one that happened in Calabar. Different parties were allocated 10 kg of rice. But okay, anyway, let's take a listen to that also before we get into that, because I'm sure that Mr. Basi from joining us from Calabar Municipal will have a lot to say about that. Take a listen, Mr. Basi, about the sharing of 10 kg rice in Cross River State by your governor and your SSAs, and I just don't know what they are taking us for. Let's take a listen to that.
My name is Honorable Otu, the Special Advisor to the Governor, Executive Governor of Cross River State on Inter-Party Affairs. Today happened to be the sharing of palliative that was given to me by the Governor of Cross River State. And if you check outside, I had to distribute the palliative political party by political party, because I didn't want an issue of this party did not get it. So this morning I brought the palliative and shared it among the 18 political parties in Cross River State.
They are sharing rice, 10 kg rice, political party by political party in Cross River State. Production team, I beg, make una show the place where then they make it not be saved. The place where then they share the rice, make people see where then they share the rice. Is very, very annoying. They wrote APGA, they wrote PDP, they wrote APC, and all of this. All joined together about either 3 bags of 10 kg rice for a particular political party. They have reduced Nigerians, just like Okike said right here, to be beggars in this country when there is where we are swimming in abundance. Mr. Kini, I need to start with you because this happened in Cross River State. We can see the bags of rice. This is for ADC. Then we have other ones for Labour Party. This one is for the APM Party. And this is from the federal government, food security. That is Tinubu sharing rice. This is for APGA. You can see it. And then this is for NMPP. All in Cross River State. One party. Mr. Kini, please Let's hear your take of these very things happening.
Thank you, Mr. Kanu. Good evening, studio panelists and Zoom panelists. Good day, Obidient, and listeners across the world. When you see this kind of situation, it makes you feel very sad. And you begin to wonder, are these people really dealing with human beings, or they think they are dealing with animals? Because how do you reconcile few bags of rice, not even up to 50 kg, shared amongst political parties? In the first place, was this rice meant to be shared to political parties or for Nigerians? That's how they have reduced Nigerians to. And when I saw that video, I felt really, really sad, because this is not what Nigerians are supposed to go through. Nigerians don't deserve this kind of treatment. They deserve better deal than this. And that's just a sample of what is going on in other states. This food was shared so that it would go to the vulnerable. But here you see that the state governors have cornered this food and decided to just give out peanut to be shared among political parties. And I can bet you that this thing is not going to go down to any average Nigerian in the street. How do you share 6, I don't know if it was even up to 6 bags of rice, assuming you even want to share by political party by political party? We have 18 local government in Cross River State. How will you share such to go around all the political party, all the wards in Cross River State? I mean, this is sad. It's sad. It's like we've lost humanity. Those people that are in government don't have the heart of human being. They've lost it. And so they are looking at human beings as if we are a lesser animals that don't deserve to be treated well. Even dogs cannot be fed with such minute number of bags of rice in a month, and talk less of human beings. So it's sad. It's sad. And the government is just busy trying to suppress this protest by doing what they are doing. How do you spend 6 billion naira to quell the protest from coming to fruition? If they have put such energy in implementing policies that will affect an average Nigerian, Nigeria would have been better than this. But look at it, in a space of how many weeks since they received the new the notice of Nigerians going out on a protest for bad governance, you see them beginning to play all manner of propaganda in social media. In this thing, I watched the afternoon session, how a young lady was threatened because she wants to go out on a protest. This is uncalled for. It is this government that is actually fueling anarchy in the land, because their action have not shown that they want to handle this situation, this issue maturely, in a way that it will not snowball into violence. But their action have actually shown that they want to burn this country down. They want to set fire on this country. So it is not acceptable. And I also want to plead with Nigerians, please, let us do all we can to ensure that we keep this protest violence-free.
Yeah, before I also let you go out of this.
You know, people are pulling out of protest according to the reports coming in, and are pulling out of this very protest as a result of probably the 6 billion naira that is meant to mitigate this. Of course, I think Deji Adeyanju spoke about that. Let's take a listen to what Deji Adeyanju said about the people who are pulling out of protests are people who are hungry, that are being paid by the government to disgrace themselves. That is what he said. And also we have the place where His Excellency P2B also said that this very protest is a constitutional right, but we need to, take caution on that. A whole lot of things. But before, since they are trying to get the video of Deji Odenji, let me quickly jump to Lord K, who will, tell us what his thoughts on the 6 billion naira that is said to have been marked to stop the protests. That is what is coming from the Arise News by Barrister Effiong. So, Lord Kingsley, please do tell us your take on this, as they have started paying people to now not to protest. They'll be protesting, but they will tell other people do not protest with their banner while they are outside being paid, according to the information coming in, according to the reports that are coming in, according to what we are also seeing. If my question is, they keep saying that Nigerian youth should be patient, that they are dealing with it. What does 6 billion naira to stop a protest of youths we now I don't know. It's so painful. Lord Kingsley, please tell me your take on this.
Good afternoon, fellow Obedients around the world. Good afternoon, members on the Zoom platform and on the studio as well. Thank you one more time again for this opportunity. Well, I have always said something. When the cap does not fit, when it is not you that has actually been elected, when you run, you grab, you snatch, this is always the result. This man has no plan. This man will not have a plan and will not have a plan when he's leaving. Now, this is somebody that was able to bring out 6 billion naira to share out to different quarters, so that they all go and say, oh, we are not part of this protest anymore. We're not part of this protest anymore. Now, calculate $6 billion naira by 85,000 naira for a bag of rice, a 50 kg bag of rice. That's going to give you at least 70,000 bags of rice, or 50 kg. But no, these people, they are so senseless that they will not even want to think in that direction. All they want to do is to bribe their way through. All they want to do is to wingle their way through. Whosoever has advised him now to go and spend that amount of money, will they say they don't know that people are hungry? That this 6 billion naira they are spending to stop one thing, stop the other thing here, which is not going to be possible. Don't they think this money would have been enough to say, okay, let me give this local government this amount of rice or money. Let me give this other local government. Let's spread it around and see people accepting this money. Will that not be better than sending it to individuals, sending it to their governors, sending it to their chairmen, sending it to student union to stop this protest? I'm telling you right now, this protest will go ahead. Nothing's going to stop it. All these people you hear propagating on TV, oh, they're not part of, they have been paid. They have been paid. And that's not the ordinary man that's hungry on the streets. The ordinary man that's hungry on the street will be out that day, and they are going to make their wishes known. They are going to make their wishes known. Nothing is going to stop it. Everything is going to be peaceful, except, as he has always done, he's going to send thugs to go and disrupt the protest. Well-meaning Nigerians, the Obedients, they are going to come out and they will be very peaceful, make their wishes known. But God forbid that one person gets shot or one person dies in the process of this protest, they will understand what Nigerians are saying about. What Nigerians have been talking about, they will understand then. He will now know the sense in senselessness. He will understand it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's quickly take a listen to what was said on our right.
Because there's a whole lot that Effiong, that is the barrister Effiong, who spoke to the Arise News about this very 6 billion naira allocated to mitigate was budgeted for to mitigate the protest. Let's take a listen further to what was said. There's a lot of things that he, made clear of according to the Constitution and of people's rights and of what government has done in the past, especially as it concerns the NSAS. Let's take a listen. We'll be back.
Matter of fact, I have also seen groups planning to hold counter rallies and protests in support of the government. The police have not said anything about it. So this impression that some people are planning to burn the country is just fiction. They keep making reference to NSAS, and I choose to characterize it as fraudulent historians. It is fraudulent history to say that the NSAS protest was a violent and anarchy. The truth of the matter is that the crisis we saw, the violence we saw during the NSAS, took place after Nigerians were killed. That was what triggered the violence. Even Kenya that they are talking about, until the police opened fire on protesters at the parliament in Kenya, the protest was entirely peaceful. So the question is, are they planning to unleash mayhem on the country? Are they planning to kill Nigerians to instigate violence? That should not be the approach. If the government is serious, they should understand that people have the right to protest and stop giving us fake intelligence. The IG says he wants the name of the protesters, he wants to know the routes, he wants to know the founders. The SSS on the other hand says, no, we know those who are sponsoring it. So which one should we go for? This clearly shows that they are not serious. You cannot in one breath say, you know that foreign mercenaries that they want planning the protest, you have uncovered those behind it. At the same time, you are still asking for the identities of those who are behind the protest. Let the Inspector General of Police, let the SSS and the army. The army, surprisingly, is issuing a statement on the protest. We are not in a military dictatorship. What is the business of the military issuing a statement on the matter? That can't even be tolerated in a democracy. Let the military remain in the barracks. The police should deploy, in line with the provisions of the Police Act, should deploy police to ensure that those who are protesting are protected. Because the court have even made pronouncement on this matter. Let us assume for a second that they actually have real intelligence, which I believe they don't have. That they have real intelligence that this protest can turn to violence. The court have ruled that the police cannot stop protests because of apprehension of violence. That the proper way to approach it is to ensure that those who are planning the violence are protected and the protesters are also protected. So let them stop creating this apprehension, this nightmare that the country is going to burn. Nobody is planning to burn the country. People are tired, people are hungry, people are desperate for solutions. The government is not providing solutions. And why does the president have to wait till the 1st of August? He can start this moment. Start this moment to effect the changes that people are asking for. Reduce the number of ministers, right? Cut the cost of governance. Tell Nigerians you are not going to purchase a new presidential jet with 150 billion. Tell us you have abolished the office of the first lady and the office of the first daughter and the first son, because we now have office of first lady, office of first son, office of first daughter. Can you imagine Folashade Tinubu making a statement yesterday threatening Nigerians not to protest, and you are telling people that you are running a democratic country? Begin to show us that you are serious. Send a bill to the National Assembly before the 1st of August. Make IREV a legal requirement in our election. These are things that people are asking for. You can do this thing before the 1st of August, but they are not doing that. Begin the fight against corruption. You are not fighting corruption. You are telling people not to protest. You are not changing the country. You are telling people not to protest. You are investing billions, about 22 billion, to build a new residence for the vice president. You are planning to build 5 billion to presidential yacht, and you are saying Nigeria should not protest. Even the Agbado that Tinubu promised Nigerians, people cannot buy anymore. You are talking about minimum wage of 70,000 that cannot buy a bag of rice. Nigerians have to protest. that cassava and abado that he promised us, he should provide it. Nigerians don't have what to eat. And you are telling people not to protest. Right. What is the alternative? All these fake bishops, fake student leaders that they are using to tell people not to protest, people are not listening to them. People are not going to listen to them.
Are the kind of voices that we should be hearing now, you know, when you hear such a thing. Even the ones that Tinubu promised, the agbado, that he says that is going to be everywhere. You can't even find the agbado. I believe agbado is gone. Before we get to people on Zoom, let me quickly take water because Mercy Ma done the do mui since. Tell us what you think.
Something. Me self don't even tire for Nigeria, to be honest with you.
No tire. That's why the hope where we did.
Because the kind of corruption where they done too much. Waiting they happen, self. Waiting they happen where it be say we no get money, hunger they wire people. You see they carry 6 billion naira where they use they stop protests. Ha, Chief Bola Tinubu, waiting we go
no
do
be
for
women
you.
And then they collect. You see man for inside. Now women too for that road.
Man feed day for inside.
Now women and then they collect the money.
So I beg now, Chief Bola Tinubu and cohorts, make una help us now. Waiting we go do again for this country. What we fit do now? Waiting the bad thing we do now say we be Nigeria citizens. I beg my fellow country people, may we come out now, may we say no to this kind of nonsense where they happen because the thing don't dey too much. It don't dey too much. We don't get money for Nigeria, but we get 6 billion we want you stay stop protests. We get 2 cups of rice we want share give people instead of to help farmers to produce enough food we go do for everybody.
But every other person is talking about this thing is going to turn out to be something else, as if they are the one preempting it.
To be honest with you, this is just Nigerian corrupt leaders that are trying, this is just their own way of trying to hurt this protest by all means. You know, this anarchy they are talking about and these threatenings, I will say that they have plans of hijacking this protest.
I think it's from the government, right?
They have serious plans of hijacking this protest because you can't keep giving us reference in what happened to
threat.
Like, I don't even understand. There was never any plans of hijacking protests or maybe causing violence or bringing fraudulent acts during this protest. It was just, we are just saying it's going to be a peaceful protest and we haven't even started. So why assuming and concluding that it's going to be a fraudulent act? Excuse me.
Well, everybody diverse, so everybody diverse. Let me quickly go get Reverend Pete. Reverend Pete, I don't know what is going on with the all the men of God that are, you know, actually preaching spirituality to our people, pray for Nigeria and all that. Do you think, Reverend Pete, that is prayers that Nigeria need right now, or they need action, Reverend Pete?
Thank you very much, Mr. Kanu, for having me. And I want to thank all the listeners, wherever you are from all over the world, and the Obidient and the Nigeria youth that have boldly taken up a step to demonstrate that they have a country to save. Well, my surprise is this, not because of what the man is doing. My surprise is that Nigeria are not yet still come to the knowledge of what it takes. The problem is this: if we as a country, we cannot come together in unity to stand up and fight for what is ours, then something is wrong. Now, you look at what is happening. Okay, you have about 6 billion. You did not put it into the economy. You did not alleviate the suffering of the people. Now, you kept the money. But because the protest is hitting you, then you now bring out money and you are now distributing. And this money were for the police, the enforcement agency. For what? For what? Are we going to war? The truth is that Nigerians, some of them, they are coward. I will use that word, and neither do I have an apology for that. Because you can see somebody come out like day for yesterday. One man from one of the organization came up to say that we are going to continue. Another one from Arewa that was sponsored were saying that this is not the time. The man asked him, do you know that your people, the Northerners, they are most hit with this suffering? So you can see how stupid. And look at the I saw yesterday when yesterday when one of he called himself whether one of the Pentecostal or charismatic leader, he said he is. He came out to say that he does not want he doesn't want a protest, and that they should give him a chance. What chance? I am not surprised because some of us who get themselves involved in preaching because they are looking for what to eat. They are looking for what to eat. Because if you are in God, then you stand for the truth. And the people that you are piloting, I wouldn't say the people that you are leading, because most of these ministers of the gospel, they are not leading anybody. They are only piloting them. Because if actually you stand for the truth, you should know that the people that you are leading, that were supposed to be your sheep, they are suffering. So, and you don't need somebody to tell you that you should stand in for them. Even if you don't have them to come out, let you come out to speak, so that they will see your stand, and themselves will be able to take a stand. Because Tinubu knows how to. That is why they say he knows the game. Because he knows how to go back and use the Nigerian money to persuade people and bribe them, so that they will stand up to him. My advice to those that are coming out as we are preparing for this protest, let every one of us come out. Don't be devoid of anything. Fear nothing, because you have a right, and somebody who is fighting for his right has nothing to fear.
Okay.
And so let you come out, but be sure that you don't come out for the case of doing anything wrong.
Yes.
So, okay. And somebody was saying there firstly that what is the problem of those who came out from the Europe or the diasporas that begin to say, why are we doing? What is our business? We are away and we are but our family are feeling it, because our pocket is feeling it. So why don't you come out? Why don't you speak? Because you people are stealing the money, bringing it to another country to enrich themselves. But we are laboring here, taking the money to your country to steal.
All right, Rev. Let's quickly take on what His Excellency Peter Obi has to say about the protest as we come back to studio. Let's quickly take that.
Good boy, you know how now.
Abandoned. Just like
we went into the emergency without preparation. On issue of protest, within the Nigerian Constitution, protesting allowed. All I plead for those who are protesting is to do so within the law and in a civil manner that allows us of the nation to show that we live within the law. You know, everybody knows the things that are difficult. I always say, when they talk about sponsors of the protest, I say the sponsors are very simple. It's hunger. It's hopelessness among the youths. So we all have to listen to what Nigerians are going through. And I thank our governor for doing so. It is critical and important.
Okay.
Well, what I said to security agencies is that we will then ensure that they manage the situation, again, within the law. You know, we should not try to be overbearing. It should be something that we do within the law. There's nothing wrong. Protest is allowed everywhere globally. And I also say people protest in my house. And it's for us to listen to those who are protesting. Why are they protesting? Engage them. That's what governance is all about. You talk with them. There's nothing wrong in that. I was governor for years and people protested.
It would be very, very unfair to say that things are not difficult now. Things are very difficult. Hunger is real, and that is true. But how do you solve the problem? The problem with...
Okay, so we've had the prescription of His Excellency Peter Obi. We should do the protest, but let it be according to the law. But the other question is, the people who are being paid or where this 6 billion naira is being channeled into, are they going to do their own protest according to the law? Is that going to be possible? Or is this very 6 billion naira meant to be the catalyst to hijack? For all we've heard from the government, from the security agencies, is about the protest is going to be hijacked, the protest is going to be this, is going to be that. Let me quickly get to Tony from the core city, Enugu. Tony, tell me how things are over there. How is people preparing for this very protest? Let's get your take on this 6 billion and again on the people who are now protesting in Abuja that has to deal with protesting for people not to protest. What is your take on that, Tony?
Thank you very much. And thank you, folks, for joining us today on Obidient Family TV. What is going on is really appalling. It's very hard to swallow. Why a simple protest, a collection of voices from the people, that's exactly what it is. People coming together to say, this is what is going on in our lives. We are suffering. And you know that. Why is it a crime? Why are they trying to make it look like it's a coup d'etat? People are trying to overthrow them. Even in Enugu, they've paid a group of guys to come out and say, no protest. I never heard the name of that group before. Why are they spending this kind of money just to quench the agitations of Nigerians? They're just simply saying our lives are in a difficult position. Revise some of your policies. Revise some of your policies. A good leader listens, and when your policies is hurting the people you're supposedly governing, you take a different course. Why is it so hard for them to accept that? Tinubu, we understand, went to school in the US. His attack dog, Onanuga, I think went to US. Boala went to Great Britain. I think he lived there. And they see how things go. They see how things are done. But when they come to Nigeria, it looks like we have a different environment here that makes us not see the truth, not see how developed human beings act. Huh? I pity Nigeria. Oh. I pity Nigeria. They are just trying to make this look like it's going to be a war on the government. But people are just simply saying, let us come together and read out the problems we're having with you, who is our leader, or claim to be our leader. And we are all up in arms trying to label them, give them names so that you can crush them. Look, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. People are hungry. People are tired. Nothing is working in this country. Huh? It's really appalling. I don't know how else to describe it, except that this is a cesspool of corruption. Nigeria is really an enterprise of corruption run by corrupt people, mostly. If not so, why don't you just listen? You're trying to bribe every person you can think of.
Everything on this way. Everything on this way. Want to bribe them all.
Yes. Don't demonstrate. Don't protest. What is in there that you're scared of? What is in there that you're scared of? Except that you want to do things the way you've been doing it. Running the government the way that is antagonistic, anathema to the people. Listen to them. Fear not. Act on their demand. Act on their suffering. Rather than going about calling up everybody, ministers, imams, youth groups, women groups, not to protest. Are we, what kind of human beings are we as Black people in Africa? This is terrible. And they laugh at us. The rest of the world, they laugh at us.
Mr. Tony, you know something? Mr. Tony, you know something? These people, these senators, these House of Parliament members, these Senate ministers or whatever that are running out of the country. So are they telling me now that they are running out of the country for good and never to come back?
Oh, no.
Because
they're coming back.
If they are running because of this protest, when they come back, the protest will continue.
I hope so. I hope it continues.
And if they are caught anywhere, if they are caught anywhere in Europe or in the Americas or Asia, they will get more beating than what they would have got in Nigeria.
Of course, you know they're going to go and hide in their houses they bought with our money.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure that when they come to Europe, wherever they are running to, Nigerians are everywhere. Of course, they are going to welcome them very well. That is, of course, I trust Nigerians. So wherever you see our rep members or the governors who are running out of the country, please do give them a very soft, very good welcome and make them soft. Let's look at, we have a new person on Zoom, Ebenezer. Please, Ebenezer, before we get to you, you need to be brief. But before we get to you, let's quickly take what B2B said, that is one truth, one thing that Tinubu has said that he promised Nigeria and he fulfilled it. Let's hear what P2B said. That is one thing that Tinubu did promise Nigeria and fulfilled it. And then we'll now hear from you briefly. Let's listen to that.
Tinubu have kept to his campaign promises. Throughout the campaign, he consistently maintained that he will continue from where Buhari stopped. And that is done very well. I would say excellent. I'll give him excellent pass mark. And it's very simple. Dollar was 460, is now 1,005. Fuel was 238, is now about 700. Diesel was 844, is now 1,415. A bag of rice is 35,000, is now about 80. A bag of beans was similar, 35, is now about 90. Gari was 27.28, is now 49.50. A tuber of yam was about 2,007 to 3,000, now is over 10,000. Tomato basket is about 40,000, that is over 150,000. Electricity is 66 kilowatts, is now over 200. You can go on and on. Our debts, even bread, which is a basic thing other countries that subside, like Egypt, bread, smaller, medium bread.
A tuber of yam for 10,000. Well, Bennett, let's hear from you. You can hear that from PO. A while back, he said that Tinubu did promise all this during his campaign, and he has fulfilled all what he just mentioned now. The things are not just doubling but tripling, and that is the promise that he gave Nigerian, that he's going to continue on where where Buhari stopped. Ebenezer, please, just you have 1 minute to make your point on all our discussion here today.
Ebenezer, can you unmute? Okay. I think Ebenezer is not able to unmute.
Okay, so let's quickly come back to studio. Thank our people who are being on Zoom. Your contributions is very, very well taken. We believe that every Nigerian is now aware that the federal government did have a budget to mitigate this very protest, and that's why they keep threatening again, like the people who said on different media platforms, especially the mainstream media where we pick this story from, is the fact that do not harass, intimidate, or hijack a peaceful protest. Now beg with the beg now, beg. Make una no talk say na use na then cause anything. Use no they find trouble, then go quietly do their protest. I beg. Federal government, Tinubu and co. Now so go fit tell you. Finally, your last words for studio here.
We will continue to say that the protest is very, very, very necessary. The protest is very important and is very necessary. So we must continue to emphasize the need for a peaceful protest. There is no need to go into the streets to cause any form of chaos. If you do not want to protest peacefully, it's better you stay in your house.
Exactly.
If you know you're not going to come out to protest peacefully without causing any form of issue, please stay in your house. Let people who are hungry and want to convey their point without any form of violence be on the streets and pass the message to the government.
All right, thank you. Kiki Mercy, your final words, please.
Yeah, let's come out together to do this with one mind. As I will keep saying, let's do it with one mind, because when we do it with one mind, then we will do it peacefully and without any biased mind.
The echoes of peaceful protest is what you keep hearing from Obidient Family TV and also from across the well-meaning Nigerians. It's all about peaceful protest and the constitutional rights of every Nigerian. If you do not wish to join the protest, please, you can be in your house. You can go to your place of business and leave the people who wish to exercise their rights. That is all we have for now. Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you so much, people on Zoom. Your contributions are noted. I know the frustration that is all out there for everybody, but just know it that we just have hours to a major thing that is going to happen in Nigeria, the nationwide protest. Until tomorrow when we come your way again, bye for now.